just getting things set up at the moment, so bear with me. Just going to try and share this to our group. Bear with me. Right, here we go. Where's that share button? Here it is. Share to group. There we go. Happy days. Hopefully everybody should be able to see me on our group now. Let's have a look. Let's have a check at the group to see if I'm on there. Can't see me on there yet. Zoe, if you're watching, just oh, there we go. Zoe's commented already. Hi, boss. You're tagging everybody for me. Okay, so we've got one viewer at the moment. Hi, Zoe. Just wait for a few more people to show up, and then we'll crack on. It's a bit weird doing one of these. I haven't done one of these for a while by myself. That's all right. I think my dog wants to join in. It's just come down the stairs. Oh, we've got 3 viewers. Oh, happy days. All right, sound off when you get in. Just say hi to everyone so I know who I'm talking to. That'd be good if everybody could say hi. Obviously, I know you're here already, Zoe. Yeah, it's just me sitting here talking and basically welcoming a few people to the group. Well, we've had hell and all new members join this last 2 weeks. It's been crazy. We had so many people joining the group. Our numbers have rocketed over the last 2 weeks. It's been absolutely brilliant to see, and obviously I really appreciate it because it helps us out no ends. As you can imagine, coronavirus has absolutely knocked pretty much the entire paranormal industry for 6, and we haven't actually done a public investigation since February. We've done a couple of private investigations in that time, but nothing major. Yeah, one of them was quite hard. Basically, it was an absolutely outstanding venue we went to, but we were under strict instructions that we weren't allowed to use any kind of recording equipment, no cameras, no camcorders, nothing. I couldn't even set up my close monitored CCTV kit that we use on investigations to try and monitor a bigger area. But yeah, we were under strict instructions that this was not to be advertised anywhere. So I'm not even allowed to mention where we were today. Yeah, not allowed to mention it today. But it was a really good investigation. We had to go very old school. Couldn't use any of our recording equipment, so it was very much walking around trying to communicate with the spirits, trying to get them to communicate back with us with their voice more than anything. We did a bit of spirit board work and got some pretty good hits on that. It was quite a difficult one because it was such a vast investigation, but at the same time, it was also very restricted on what we could do. And we had pretty much access to the entire building. And when I say this building was immense, it was huge. I don't think one night really justified an investigation. We should have tried to book a couple of nights there. But we communicated with. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zoe. How many did we communicate with? I think there was 3 or 4 different spirits we communicated with that night. One very, very shy child who would come on the board, take a look around, but wouldn't communicate with us. One very, very posh woman who was like lady of the place we were at, and she just wanted to introduce herself and just being a bit nosy, really, and checking us all out. But she was very strong, came through with a lot of force. And then another one who wasn't so nice, but we actually helped him cross over, which was outstanding. But anyway, yeah, enough about that. Basically, I just want to welcome everybody over the last couple of weeks and months who've joined the group. Join in, send posts through to us, as long as they're paranormal related, obviously. Have a laugh, have a giggle, enjoy your time with us. We're a good bunch. We like to laugh and joke, and yeah, really good fun. Good interaction with our team member Zoe, who basically runs a face group page for me, which I'm really appreciative of. She does a really good job of that. she keeps the content flowing daily. I think I get about 8 or 9 notifications a day from something Zoe's posted into our group, so that's really good. And obviously, members of the group posting as well. So yeah, keep that up. That's all we can do at the moment. We can't do any public investigations, obviously, until next year. I was always going, oh, thanks. But fingers crossed. We've got a few venues set up for next year. How many we got, Zoe? If you could tell me. I can't remember off the top of my head how many we got. I know we got the Skirridin coming up in March. I think we got the Savoy Theatre as well. We got the Judges' Lodgings. That's not until October. There's a few more, but I can't remember off the top of my head what they are. But hopefully, this coronavirus stuff will calm down, or we'll be given rules that we can actually work within to hold investigations. We were really close to doing the Judges' Lodgings on Halloween night, but obviously that got cancelled. We've got the Workhouse as well. I can't remember where that is. I'm useless at God, thank God I've got Zoe and Pearl doing admin for me because I'm shocking at it. My wife helps out with the admin quite a lot as well. Your wife is shouting Welsh Pool. Oh, my wife is shouting Welsh Pool. There we go. That's where it is, Welsh Pool. I might invite one of my team members along to this chat if any of them are up to it. They can jump in and we can have a proper chat about what we do, some of their experiences we've had on investigations as well, not just my own, because I've been doing this for a long time. So I've had a lot of experiences, even growing up, as a kid. That's what really got me into the paranormal. And I'm sure, there's some similar stories for people out there. So by all means, post on our group some of your paranormal either investigations or any kind of paranormal happenings around you and your family. That'd be really nice to hear. If it's still going on. I'm a bit dubious about doing private investigations for residential properties because, as you know, in this game, if you do an investigation, the activity can go the other way. Instead of getting rid of what's there, it can go the other way and really increase and get worse. So it's always a gamble when you do a private investigation. When we're doing venues, we're going in with the understanding from the people we're renting the venue off that this could increase activity. They might see stuff after we're gone. 9 times out of 10 we don't get rid of spirits when we're on venued investigations unless a spirit specifically requests us to help them. But 9 times out of 10 when we do a private investigation, that is to clear the house. We want to communicate, find out why they're there, and find out why they're there and see if they want help crossing over. And if they don't want to leave, we kind of get a little bit more, I don't want to say aggressive, but it's because it's not aggressive, but we get a bit more forceful. We start cleansing the house and forcing the spirits out that way. But we prefer to cross them over because it's a much more nice experience, obviously. We've been operating as a team for about 2.5, 3 years. First investigation we did as a team was the Albert Hall. Oh no, I tell a lie. I back up. It wasn't the Albert Hall. It was Phoenix Furniture in Newtown. Got some really good hits on there. I put a video up on YouTube about some of the stuff we caught there. It was really, really good night. Wasn't expecting much because obviously it was the old co-op in Newtown that had been converted into Phoenix Furniture. So we was expecting, it's quite a modern building, not much going to happen. When we did the research, we found out that previously to that, it was a school, an old Victorian or Edwardian school. And previous to that, before even the school was put there, it was a cemetery. The activity was pretty fierce by the end of it. We're getting shadow people, we're getting floating lights, moving out of the corner of your eye. 2 of my team were physically shoved down onto some of the furniture there. Thankfully, it was beds, but they were shoved down onto the beds, which you'll see in the video. Well, you won't see that in the video. What you'll see is the camera going flying, them screaming, and me running to see what's going on. Yeah, it was a great night. So we initially operate in Powys. Obviously, Powys Paranormal. That's where we started. So we started looking for, potentially haunted places within Powys that we could go to and investigate. And how we would do that was we'd normally contact the venue, speak to them, see if it's something that they'd be interested in, and then we'd always try and arrange something called a preliminary investigation. So this is a team-only investigation. We go there, we check out what activity is going on, we make sure that stuff's going on there. All my team making excuses as to why they can't jump on this live. Shame on you lot. It's all right, I can crack on. Where was I? I lost my train of thought now. But yeah, we were we initially start in Powys. We contact that's it. We contact the venues. We do a preliminary investigation, see what kind of activity is going on there. Once we ascertain that there is paranormal activity going on, once we make communication with the spirits, we then either move the spirits on that investigation if they want to go. If they're happy to stay, we'll then speak to the venue organizers and ask them if they'd be happy for us to do a public investigation there. Now, this is a little bit of advice for anybody who's thinking about doing this line of work. If you want to make money, don't do this, okay? Because you will not make money. All right. This isn't something we do for money. Yes, we do charge tickets for public investigations, but believe it or not, all that money goes on booking our next event. Pretty much, it goes on our expenses, our batteries. All this stuff costs money, and we go through a lot. As you can imagine, when we're on investigation, Spirit love to drain batteries, so that's probably one of my biggest expenditures on public investigations. It's just replacing batteries. So I think I take about 5 or 6 different packs of batteries with me on every investigation, as many chargers as I can carry, because obviously they drain our cameras as well. Voice recorders get drained. It's I don't know. I'm thinking about taking a generator with me and just saying, look, use that energy, leave my kit alone, and we'll see where we go from that. Zoe's saying if I want her to jump on with you, she can try, but do have my wild children being noisy. No, it's fine, Zoe. It's up to you. If you want to jump on, I'll invite you. My kids go wild half the time as well, so no, we'll leave it. I'll just crack on with me. I'm probably going to get accosted by my kids at some point coming downstairs. So yeah, moving on from there, we then basically, once we've okayed it with the venue, and obviously we pay for their charges, how much it costs for us to rent the venue. We then start advertising, normally on Facebook. And we did have a website. Now I have to let everybody know, obviously, because we haven't had any income coming in to Powys Paranormal since February, I've actually had to shut the website down for now. It's just absolutely hemorrhaging money. I work full time midweek, but I've also got a family to provide for, a house to pay for, all the good stuff, all the bills. So I've had to kind of stem that flow of money just leaking out of my accounts. So I've had to shut down the website. That was costing me a hell of a lot of money to keep running. I had a store on there. I was selling my tickets on there, and it all costs money, as you can imagine. So I've had to shut that down. We are looking at different ways for when we start up again on how to advertise our tickets and how to accept payments for the tickets, because obviously it used to go through our website. I've had to shut it down. So we're probably going to start up as PayPal only for a while until we've got enough coming in that I can actually cover the websites again. I'm not going to moan about it, bitch and moan about it, because at the end of the day, it's happening to everybody across the country at the moment. Anybody who's got a small business, it's happening to them, and I'm just fortunate enough that I'm working full time as well. This basically is a hobby to me that I do as often as I can. Absolutely love doing it. But and obviously, if I could do it full time, that'd be immense. But I don't foresee that ever happening, because there's just no money to be made in this. So I'll keep doing it as a hobby. Keep my team coming along with me. As graceful as they are, as gracious as they are, they don't ask anything from me apart from the experience of coming in and joining in with me. So it's a win-win for me. I've got a team of very willing, very capable, and very good investigators, and they get to jump along with me and enjoy the investigations with me. This is also part of the reason why we started doing public investigations as well, because you tend to find there's a lot of groups out there that are very, very closed off to taking public with them. Now, I believe we should share this experience with as many people as we can. So this is why we do public investigations. I want everybody out there who wants to come along with me to enjoy and experience what I'm experiencing and have fun at the same time. We have really rocking good nights. I mean, you can pretty much ask anyone. I'm going to go out there on a limb here, but I'm that confident. You can ask anyone who's been on one of our investigations that they had an absolutely awesome night. We pull out all the stops. It's all about having fun, having a laugh, having giggles. I get made a fool of quite often, but I don't care, because it's, if you're going to laugh, I don't care if you're laughing at me or with me. Yeah, as long as you're laughing, as long as you're having a good time. And on top of that, as well as having such a great time and a good laugh, we also get a lot of paranormal activity on the go as well. A lot of communication with spirits, and that's what it's all about. That's, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Getting people to have these experiences, and it can get emotional. We do get loved ones coming through to members of the public as well. So it does get emotional. Another bit of advice I'd give to anybody who's looking to do this line of work: take packets of tissues with you, because it does get emotional. So yeah, it's always good to have some tissues on hand. I don't know what else I can say about starting out on your own. If you wanted something you wanted to do, you don't have to go crazy on kit. And yeah, Zoe's saying here she came on the investigation. She was actually a member of the public. She came on in the investigation at Kai Barris, and then she loved it that much, and we thought she did such a great job that we asked her to join the team, and she came and joined our team, and she's done absolutely outstanding since. This girl has come on leaps and bounds, and this is why I'd say do this, because it really does boost your confidence when you investigate, because especially if you're doing public investigations. Here comes my daughter. She's coming down the stairs to say hello. Come on, quickly. Come say hello. It's just me at the moment. I'm talking to people. Come say hello. There we go. Say hello.
Hello.
We're talking about ghost hunting. What does Daddy do? What does Daddy do?
He does work.
I do work all day, don't I? And then what do I do at weekends? I go
Ghost hunting.
Yeah. Go on then. Go upstairs with Mummy then. Good girl. Oh, she wants to stay on camera, bless her. I said, take your Chris with you. What is it they say in the film industry? Never work with kids and animals. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, Emily and Zoe are saying hi, Amber. Yeah. So I completely forgot my train of thought again. But yeah, anybody who wants to join into this this kind of this life, I will say it's a life, because it does take up a lot of your time. You don't need to spend that loads of money on kit. That is the main key. You know, you can start. I started just with a camcorder, a voice recorder, and I do believe it was a torch. That's what I started with. That's what I had when I started investigating. Bits and pieces started building up as I was doing it. I got onto brake beam sensors. What else do we use? We use EMF meters. We use EMF dolls. We use FLIR cams. Oh my word! Spirit box. Oh, dowsing rods, spirit board, glass tipping, table tipping, you name it, we try it. What's the best place I've ever investigated? Oh God, there's been so many. I think probably the first investigation I ever did was probably my favorite. This was Plain Castle in Stirling. Very first investigation I ever did. We're going back to 2000, 2005, 2004, 2005, somewhere around that time. It's when I got the bug. We went to Plain Castle in Stirling, up in Scotland. We were living up there. Me and my wife were living up there at the time, so it was great. It was I say it was local. It was still a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive for us, but we rocked up at this place, not having a clue what we were doing. It was our first ever investigation. We had a couple of cameras, a couple of camcorders, and I think that was about it. I think we were using our very ancient mobile phones as voice recorders as well. Believe it or not, we actually caught some really, really great activity, although we didn't really realize that's what was going on at the time. We caught footsteps, we caught brake beam sensors going off, we caught all this on camera. But stupid me, instead of saying, oh, it's paranormal, I automatically said, oh, it must be somebody messing us about, and totally ignored it all. But when I look back at it now and think about it, all them years ago, it must have been paranormal, because we saw, we heard the footsteps come towards the camera. We heard the brake beam sensor go off, and obviously there was nothing on camera. You couldn't see anything. My wife caught probably one of the best photos I've ever seen of an orb. And everybody who knows me and has seen me on these lives before, I don't like photographs. I don't class them as very good evidence. I never have. I never will. It's a split second in time. And that split second in time, it's no different to looking at a painting on the wall. Everybody's going to see something different. You want hard, concrete evidence that nobody can refute. That's why I love using camcorders. You look at something on a camcorder, you can take it back to an editing suite, you can have a look at it closely, you can slow the footage down, you can zoom in, you can put filters on it that enhance things and make things clearer. You can really go to town on camcorders. With photos, yeah, you can do some of that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a split second in time, and you've got nothing to refer it against. You haven't got any previous footage that happened before or after the event to compare it to. some people do take photographs, a series of photographs when they're taking photographs. But again, the issue with that is you cannot hold a camera steady. So they're saying it's in exactly the same place. It's not in exactly the same place. There's going to be some movement there. And that little bit of movement could adjust the light, could adjust the shadows, could do anything. I've debunked so many photographs because of this. I'm even a bit naughty. I go on some groups who have absolutely ridiculous photographs up on their pages. You know, you've all seen it. Oh, have a look at this. What do you think? I took a photograph of my daughter's dollhouse staircase, posted it on one of these groups, and just put a write up. This staircase freaks me out. Can anybody see anything? And the amount of crap answers that came through. Or I see a man standing there. I had somebody giving me full stories about how it was a cook who had killed his family and there was blood on the stairs, and the only way to get rid of him is by cleansing your house and all this. And I was like sitting there giggling to myself, thinking, "By God, this is my daughter's staircase in a dollhouse. What's going on?" But yeah, that's another thing that you have to do when you're doing investigations. When you're an investigator, you have to be able to willing to debunk things as well, even your own work. We had some footage a while back when we were doing an investigation in a chapel. We saw what looked like a man just walk past. Literally, you could see arms, feet, everything walk past on the footage, and played it back over and over again, enhanced it, and you couldn't make any detail. You could just see the figure of a man walking through this doorway. Posted that on Facebook, thinking it was great, and then when I thought about it, I debunked myself because one of my team members, it turned out it was one of my team members that I hadn't accounted for, was walking past that doorway. But it was just really poor lighting, and so it just looked like a dark shadow with feet walking past. So really, we debunked that completely. You want to see the dollhouse, Zoe? Well, that would mean me having to walk all the way upstairs, and I ain't going to do that right now. I'll take a photo and post it on our group. But yeah, you have to look for the logical explanation first. You can't automatically assume everything that's going on around you is paranormal. You know, because if you don't have it, everybody says to be in the paranormal investigation world, you have to be open-minded. It's very true, but you have to be open-minded both ways. You have to be open-minded that it could be paranormal, but you have to also be open-minded that it might be explainable. So we always look for the explainable answer first. Say you're walking through a building and all of a sudden you come to a cold spot. This happened to me at Kybarris Manor when I was doing a walk around there. Happily walking through this lovely, warm, beautiful hotel. Went through one doorway and bang, the temperature dropped by I think, what was it? It was 9 degrees. The temperature dropped and you felt it. It was just instantly cold. And that starts playing on your mind. I'm thinking, wow, this is great. You know, we've got temperature drops. Is there things around me? I'm going to have to really do an investigation down this wing of the building. Went back to the manager after doing my walk around. He said, "Did you find anything?" I said, "Yeah, I went into this wing. Instant temperature drop when I walked through the door." And he said, "Oh yeah, we don't turn the heating on in that wing." See, you know, you can get carried away. And that debunked it straight away. Boom, they don't have the heating on that side of the wing. Of course, it's going to be colder. You have to understand these sort of things. We did another investigation at the Sun Inn. I think this happened in. Actually got some footage on YouTube with this as well. Heard some banging from one of the rooms that we had cameras set up in, and I won't automatically assume that's paranormal. You know, I've been told there's spirits in that room, but I'm hearing banging going on. So I go in there, and you see it on the footage. I go in there and I check it out. And I'm trying to explain what's causing the banging. I'm checking the windows to see if there's any breezes coming through the windows because they were quite an old building. The windows are going to rattle. That could cause a banging noise. I would check the bathroom. I would check around the cameras, make sure nothing had fallen over. You know, you could be pipes in the bathroom. It's an old building. Could be pipes in the bathroom rattling. You got to check these things. When I left the room, I'll give you a bit more to that. As I was in the room, we had a trail cam and a camcorder and a CCTV camera set up in that room. As everybody knows, I love cameras. And as I was in the room, you could see the trail cam flashing away. Obviously, I'm moving around, setting it off. I leave the room. Everything settles. I'd say it must have been about a minute to a minute and a half later, the trail cam goes off again by itself, and then all of a sudden you just see this immense flash from the trail cam, and then orbs everywhere. There's about 5 or 6 different orbs. Now, I've posted a video up showing you the difference between dust orbs and spirit orbs. A dust orb, you can tell a dust orb, it doesn't move with purpose. It doesn't create its own light. You can see it's a reflection from your eye, your infrared, or from a flash. You can tell the difference between a normal orb and a spirit orb. A spirit orb, when it's moving, will leave a trail. It will leave a trail behind it. It's like almost like a vortexy kind of trail, and it creates its own light. It's its own light source. That is the complete difference between a spirit orb and a dust orb. You get other orbs if you're using a flash outside and it's raining. You can catch the rain. They look like orbs as well, but again, easily explainable. Oh, was that the lion that happened in Zoe? Sorry, the old black lion. Hey on why? Sorry, I got the wrong place, not the sun. Oh, the sun is where you had all them creepy dogs sitting on my legs, weren't it? That was horrendous, you meanies. So yeah, you got to try and find the explanation first. And anybody who's looking to get into this industry, you have to come in with that open mind both ways. You can't just assume, I'm a paranormal investigator, I'm here to investigate the paranormal. No, you have to explain everything first. Once you can't find a logical explanation for what's going on around you, then you can start looking into the paranormal side of things. And just because you can't explain it whilst it's happening, or when you've done your investigation, you can't explain it, doesn't mean you're not going to come across an explanation later on. Again, I revert back to the cold spot in the hotel. I couldn't explain it. Didn't know the heating wasn't on that. I couldn't explain it. Or tried to think of everything I could. Checking windows, checking doors, making sure there was no breezes coming anywhere. So I had eliminated everything that I could possibly eliminate. Went back all excited thinking I got paranormal activity. No, it wasn't. They just didn't switch the heating on. So yeah, debunk as much as you can before you claim it's paranormal. The team I work with at the moment are absolutely outstanding. I don't think I've worked with such a great team since I've been doing this. They are really, really good. They're focused. They're not scared to go out and do things. One of the big problems you have when starting a paranormal team is people say they're really keen on it, and they want to get involved and they want to jump in on things. But I've had it time and time again where I've asked people to do stuff as investigators, not as participants, members of the public coming on one of our investigations, but as actual paranormal investigators who are being trained. I've asked them to go and do a lone vigil. I've asked them to do this. I've asked them to do that. And they've gone, no, I ain't doing it. I'm too scared. Yeah, get over your fear. You have to be cracking into this. This is what we're here for. We're here to gather the evidence. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You put your fear aside. I know I've been made jump many a times on investigations, and I know I'm the first person to turn around and say, oh, nothing scares me. But yeah, people scare me, and that's the only time I've ever been made jump is when it's up in other people, not ghosts. But you have to face that fear and you have to put it aside. You're there to gather the evidence. I'd always say that when people are scared, you've got two reactions. You've got fight or flight. Try and hone your fight, and try and ignore your flight. If you hone your fight, when paranormal activity starts going on, you don't run away from it. You run towards it. And that's what I want to see in investigators. I want to see them facing that and going it and checking it out, taking photographs, recording, asking questions, speaking out, calling to the spirits, getting them to do more stuff. Any investigator out there who's watching this, you'll understand when I say, as an investigator, if something happens, we don't run away. We turn around and say, I'm an investigator. Can you do that again for me, please? And it doesn't matter what they do. They could have thrown you down a flight of stairs. If you're an investigator, you go back up to the top of the stairs and say, oh, do it again. Come on, I didn't catch out on camera. I've been punched, bitten, slapped, thrown downstairs, shouted in right next to my head, made me jump and all the good stuff. And I always ask them to do it again. You got to gain the evidence, and the best form of evidence you can get is evidence that can be repeated. So that's why we always ask them to do it again. Anyone out there got any questions for me at all whilst we're here? I haven't really been reading the comments. I've been getting a bit passionate and just talking about stuff here. Anybody got any questions for me whilst we're on here? Jump in, say hello, ask me some questions if you want to. The normal questions I get are things like, what's the best investigation you've ever done, which I've already had, and what's your favorite bit of kit? Normally get things like that. Just fire any questions at me you want to fire at me, and I'll quite happily answer some. Anyway, getting back to the team I'm working with at the moment, they as I said, they're absolutely outstanding. They're quite new. Most of them are quite new. I've got some old hands who have been with me pretty much from day one. I'll say, Pearl, hands off to you. You've been with me since I started. I think the next longest serving member is Zoe, then it's Linda. Absolutely outstanding that you guys have stuck on me through thick and thin. We've had a tough year, but you're still with me and you're still wanting to jump on investigations when I can get them arranged. So it's who's my favorite team member? Well, of course that's me. It's myself. Of course I'm my own favorite tein member, Zoe. You don't think I'm going to get sucked into that one, do you? I'm my favorite team member. Everybody in my team has their own merits. you got Zoe, who is fearless. She does lone vigils all the time. When we're on investigations, and you can see she's got some fear to it, but she faces that fear and she cracks into it and she gets on with it. Even when stuff is going on all around her, she sits there. I'm a bit naughty. I try and keep her in there for as long as I can when she's on investigations, on lone vigils. I try and keep her really pushing the boundaries of it, really trying to get the spirits to communicate and chat with us. So especially when we're doing a live one, because obviously that's great footage. If we catch something while she's doing a lone vigil live, and we catch something, that gives everybody else something to see, and everybody else can experience what we're experiencing to a degree. Where is my favorite place to investigate in Landod? Oh, that's an easy one. My favorite place to investigate in Landod is by far the Albert Hall. We're actually we've been there that many times, but the spirits know who we are. They know us, and they recognize us when we go back there, and they come and interact with us, and it's almost like they're turning into old friends. They'll come and talk to us. The same spirits will come and chat with us. We get the odd one, especially if we're doing a public investigation. We get some new spirits come through, and they normally come with one of our guests. That's the only time we speak to a different spirit in the Albert Hall. Other than that, we're it's like chatting with old mates. You know, we go in there, we're speaking to them, and say, "All right. I think one of them's called John. All right, John, how are you getting on, mate? You know, you've been keeping yourself busy and things like that." And we just have a chat like we're old friends. It is absolutely outstanding. I love going to the Albert Hall. Yeah, so back to my team. Yeah, Zoe, fearless. Linda, she is also pretty fearless. I got to admit, I don't think I've actually managed to get Linda to do a lone vigil live yet, but she has never shied away from anything I've asked her to do. And on top of that, she is such a character. She makes everybody in the team laugh, which is outstanding. You've got to laugh in this job. I've always said it. If you go into an investigation with negative emotions, you're feeling down, you've got something going on in your life, that's pulling you down. My advice to you would be don't go on the investigation, because negative energy attracts negative energy. If you're feeling bad, you're going to attract bad. That's why I always try and keep investigations light. I try and keep them funny, try and keep everybody laughing and giggling, having a good time, positive energy. You're going to get a positive response from the spirits. It doesn't always go that way. We've done it before where we've had negative, spirits come along, and even when the energy is really high, the energy is really positive, we've still had negative ones come along, but we deal with them pretty sharpish. We get shot of them ones pretty quick. And if they ain't playing ball with us, it's another bit of advice I give to anybody who's starting paranormal investigations. If they're not playing ball with us, be respectful. Always be respectful. I mean, in the early days, I wasn't. I was trying to get reactions, so I was quite aggressive. I'd call the spirits out all the time. No. We don't do that. I've learned the hard way. That's not how you do it. What we do now is we stay very respectful. And if they're not playing ball, if they're being negative, if they're being aggressive, you just shut it down. You shut whatever part of the investigation you're on, whether it be spirit board, glass tipping, EVP, and anything, you shut it down. Then you let them know that you're in charge. That's the thing. I call it strength of spirit. You let them know that their spirit is not stronger than yours. So you keep control that way. So yeah. So I've completely lost my train of thought there again. So yeah, you basically keep it in control by shutting that situation down, removing your team away, removing any members of the public away, and you carry on investigating elsewhere, and then you'll come back to what you were doing before. And if it's the same spirit, and they're still not willing to play, they're still not willing to answer your questions, or they're lying to you, you say, stuff it. Do you know what? You're using me and you're making a mockery of what I'm doing. I'm going to do the same with you. We're going to play games now, and I'll sit there on whatever I'm doing, glass tipping, whatever. I will play a game. I say, right, we're going to play a game now. I'll say I'm doing glass tipping. Okay, so you're not going to answer our questions. Okay, let's see how good you are. Let's see how strong you are. Can you make the glass go around the table really, really quickly? And then we'll turn around and say something like, once I've done that, I'll say, okay, can you make the glass draw a triangle on the table? And then we'll let them do that. Can you do a square? And then we'll let them do that. And basically, it's just my way of trying to show the spirits that we don't mean any harm. You know, we just want to talk to them. We just want to ask them questions. And we want them to give us answers. And universally, when people play games, they have fun. You mood light. And so I don't care whether you're part of this dimension or whether you're part of the spirit world. If you're playing games, you're going to have fun. Your mood's going to lift, and you're going to want to be more friendly. And 9 times out of 10, it works. It works really well. another team member I've got, Tracy, absolutely brilliant. She's still training. She hasn't shied away from a single thing I've asked her to do. Not one. I could ask her to do anything and she'll do it. And that's what I'm looking for in an investigator again. Claire, again, she is very, very firm, very forward. She'll run into whatever's going on instead of away from it again. So very brave again. Again, what I'm looking for in an investigator. Emily, outstanding investigator as well. She's coming on leaps and bounds with her own confidence. When she first joined my team, she was very shy. She was very much hang back. I want to observe, I want to watch, see what's going on, and try and learn that way. She's coming into her own now. She's doing lives with Zoe. She's coming on investigations with me. She's actually helping me cross spirit over. She seems to attract child spirits for some reason. Which is absolutely outstanding because they're the ones that I really want to help. The child spirits are the ones I want to help and cross over. You don't want kids being stuck where they're by themselves. I don't care who you are, you're going to feel the same way about that. And so she helps me with that so many times. We actually did one not so long ago down at Rock Park in Landod. And we had a child spirit come to us there and we helped it cross over. And that it was all down to Emily communicating because, I'm quite a big bloke. I can be quite scary, especially towards kids. They're going to look at me and they're going to be like, I don't want to talk to him. And they're going to look at Emily and they go, she looks nice. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to chat to her instead. So she does the communication whilst I do the crossing over. And it's a brilliant, brilliant bit of teamwork. Absolutely outstanding with Emily as well. Have I missed anyone, Zoe? Just let me know if I've missed anyone. Pearl, she keeps me in check, to be fair. I get overexcited sometimes, and Pearl will be like, "Hold on, mate, wind your neck in a bit." Yeah, she brings me crashing back down to earth and then back to reality when I think everything's actually absolutely paranormal. Yeah, so Pearl is like, she is like the tonic to my excitement, my over enthusiasm. Like I say, you have to keep an open mind both ends. Sometimes, as any investigator will tell you, we get carried away, we get lost in the moment. And yeah, Pearl will be the one, especially if I'm on a public investigation. We've got a lot of stuff happening. Pearl will be the one who turn around and say, "Come on, mate, it's time to move on to the next place. Come on, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We've got other people want to do this as well." And I'm just like, "Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not done here. We're getting lots of stuff." And she'll be like, "No. You've had your time. It's my turn now." And then she'll move us on. Anybody think she was the boss half the time? But oh no, she's basically, yeah, she's my partner. She helps me out a hell of a lot with everything. And then we've got Darren as well, probably one of the quite a new member to the team as well. So he is the cameraman, and he has to be fearless because he's the one recording everything for us on the camcorders. He takes all the camcorders around with him, changes all the batteries, does all the video in. So no matter what's going on around him, he has to keep that camera rolling and keep a clear and steady head and hand, so we actually catch what's going on. So yeah, Darren, again, he's pretty fearless as well. Like I say, this team I've got at the moment are the best team I've ever worked with. They're determined, they're fearless, and they just crack into it. And that's what all investigators want from their team. Okay. Anybody else got any questions for me? Okay. And again, just a massive, before I disappear, my daughter wants to come say hello again. Go on and say hello. Take that rubbish out your mouth, you.
It's not rubbish. It's my dodo.
I know it's your dodo.
But why did you call my dodo rubbish?
Because you always got it in your mouth. Go on. Danny hop.
Did you say hello?
Well, quickly then, because I've got to go.
Hello.
We're nearly finished.
Hello.
My wife, Claire, does jump on investigations with us every now and then. Obviously, we got these things here. I've got another young man upstairs as well. What are you doing to my camera, you weirdo? Yeah, I got another young man upstairs. Can I? You kind of do you want to do the talking for me? Yeah.
No.
You don't want to do the talking for me. Well, can I be on the camera then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit your bum down. That's it. You go over there and sit down. Oh, here comes the other one. He wants to come say hello. Go on in quickly. I'm getting accosted. I told you this would happen. I warned everybody that I was going to get accosted by my kids at some point today. Put your tongue away. Go on. Oh, blimey. Right, I'm going to have to end this now. I'm just getting absolutely hammered here. So yeah, basically, big welcome to all my new members of the group. Join in, get involved, have fun. Anybody else you think who would think that they would enjoy our group, by all means, drop them an invite, and we'll add them. And yeah, just have a good time and a good few laughs together. Okay, well, it's good speaking to everybody, and I'll do another live soon, hopefully when the kids are asleep. All right, bye bye. Say shout bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
Say bye bye. No, you're not going to say bye bye. Okay, well, it's going now. Say bye bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.